Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Pardon the Noobs After Dark. Yes, it's a night show. We got some things going on tomorrow. Specifically, I do. I've got a funeral. So the guys were nice enough to accommodate a Friday night show. Also, definitely curious to see how a Friday night does, as most of you are available and can stop in and watch the show. Typically, we're here on Saturdays from at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Put out the YouTube and the podcast on Mondays. The guy right next to me, you know who this guy is, right? The OptimusMagnum.
That's right. That's
Optimus,
me.
I hear that you might have been out garage sale shopping a bit today.
I don't know
Tell
if
us how
you
your week
noticed, but
went.
I am the garage sale king, as my shirt says. You can't read the bottom of it because I'm kind of high there. But anyways, yes, I was doing some garage
Wait,
selling this week.
You're kind of high?
Oh no, the shirt. I'm sitting up high.
Oh, sorry.
No.
I am hearing
It's
different
not.
things.
It's not that much after dark yet. But yeah, I went some garage selling this week and found a little bit things here and there. Got some stuff for my kids and got some stuff for my upcoming trip going to Boston next week. But the big find this week was $1. I paid $1, and it was for this
That's well worth
Contra. And look at this condition; it's so beautiful. I love it.
It's a great
Can't wait
find.
to play it. I'm gonna clean this up. I'm gonna play it later. I'm gonna enjoy myself. I'm gonna do the old up, down, left, right, BA select start, and get it underway.
Some things just stick with memory, right?
Yeah. Never forget that. I know the Mike Tyson punch out code too. Like it's my social security number.
0070
007-373-5963.
5963. There we
Bam.
go. All right. See, boomers can remember things too, folks. It's not that we can do it too. It's all right.
Yeah.
My week has really just been analyzing YouTube Shorts, looking at it more. So for what I put out 5 videos so far that are Apex related, 3 or 4 others that haven't really caught on very well. I'm just left with an opinion that people like Apex YouTube Shorts because the 5 I put out is netted me 20 subscribers. So we're finally over 500. And let's go, right? 8,700 views from those 5 videos. So if you guys aren't dabbling in YouTube Shorts, do it. You got a YouTube channel, you want to do something with it? Check out YouTube Shorts. If you play Apex, just from my personal experience, Apex pops off. I'm not doing anything special. I'm not a top tier gamer. I'm only in silver and ranked, for crying out loud. I'm not the guy to go to for Apex playing tips, right? And
right.
If my clips are going like that, then I'm sure you guys could do even better. So make sure you check out YouTube Shorts. It's been kind of been the thing. So that's what I've been doing this week.
I wonder if they got room for the world's worst Apex player. Those kind of tips.
Sure,
watch my gameplay and do the opposite.
Why not?
And you shall be successful. Period. That's it.
That's Scotty's tip of the day. If you're going to make YouTube Shorts, make them Apex Shorts, and you will prosper.
Yeah. Hey. Cool.
Ready for some GGR updates there?
Yeah, I am ready.
Right on.
So, Mondays, guys, check out the Geek Corner stream with Peter Byte and Matt's Geek Corner. Last week on the Geek Corner stream, yours truly was on that sucker. And we played Commando, and I wiped the floor with those two. Not only did I wipe the floor with them, they had to stop because they just gave up. Matt just hated the game, period. He completely just gave up and was like, I hate this game for life. Peter, he liked it, but he wasn't on my level. And I beat the game on stream. That's what I'm talking about. They had their first special guest, and this special guest beat that game.
Brought the ringer in.
I am just a retro gaming phenomenon. I'm gonna keep on saying that until they make me play a game on stream with them again one day. That's so hard that I can't do anything.
Just take a hand up here, go on your shoulder like this, just a couple of times.
Yeah, I'm just gonna,
dirt off your shoulder, right?
Yeah, yep.
Nice job going in there and waxing the Geek Squad.
Yeah, but it's Monday. I'm sorry, I was plugging them and I plugged myself. It's Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Geek Corner stream this week. They are playing Max Payne. Now they were supposed to play it 2 weeks ago, but they had something happen and they couldn't stream it. Then I came on. We played the game that I wanted to play. I planned it that way. And then this week they're going to do Max Payne. If you haven't played Max Payne is awesome. One of those old revolutionary games. And I don't know what system they're playing it on because Max Payne is released on PC, it's released on Xbox, released on PlayStation. It's all over the place. So look, tune in to find out what system they're playing it on and see what they can do on it. But that's a really cool game to play.
So what I'm hearing is, and because I'm competitive, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I've seen a scoreboard, and I see Pardon the Noobs 1, Geek Corner, Goose Egg.
That's what I see. That's actually what I
just
see.
leaving that there.
Yep.
That's all. That's all.
Yep.
Just leaving it there. Not that I want to become part of that, because those fellows would kill me. We're always sending Optimus in to bat lead off and clean up. Period.
You've been playing retro lately, so you might be able to, it's only a matter of time. You're training.
Had to get some practice up for sure.
You're like Rocky in Russia, just climbing that mountain, with logs and stuff like that, and racing cars up the mountain. It's happening for you.
I don't think there's enough training that can get me to their level, and the length of time that especially Matt has played some of those games.
Yeah.
Tremendous knowledge comes out of that stream. If you guys haven't watched it, you can go and learn something, period. You might enjoy the gameplay and the back and forth, but man, Matt drops a lot of knowledge in there. And they got some cool segments, guessing the shadowed figure or whatnot. I can't remember what they call it, but they got some really cool things to go on there. So if you haven't checked it out before, I encourage you to do so on Mondays. Coming up Tuesday, so it's a few more days from now than normal because we're here on Friday night. We took this last week off because Miles was out fighting with rattlesnakes in California. He, if you didn't see the picture in the Discord, the man's going through some territory where they find 5-10 rattlesnakes a day. Take a little extra time keeping away. So we did stay away from raid night this week. And he kept the rattlesnakes to himself, thank goodness, so we don't have to be exposed to that. But look for Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on the Good Game Report Twitch channel. Biogenics and Total McBooty will be here with another great show. No doubt making us laugh and doing the most important thing we do out there, going and raiding somebody who's looking to become an affiliate, a new streamer. Everybody knows how that shot in the arm feels, especially when it's unexpected like that. So if you haven't been part of a raid night Tuesday night, make sure that you do that, because it's a really solid thing we do for the streaming community out there. And absolutely. Moving on. Weekly Top 10, Week 55 is out. Man, there's a lot of good stuff in there this week. There's some good laughs and some good plays. If you've missed out on that, you don't have to sleep on it. It's on YouTube. It's available from your phone, from your computer. You can play it on your TV if it's a smart TV, whatever. You can get the YouTube app on there. Just go watch it. I think it's 4 minutes and 53 seconds of your time, and I promise you will enjoy it. Another little plug out there along with the weekly top 10. It wasn't planned, but today, Try Not to Laugh 3 came out on YouTube for Good Game Report's YouTube channel. Check that out as well. A lot of community members in there. I am one of them. I did laugh a couple of times. Yeah, I failed. I didn't win. I'm just going to let that cat out of the bag now. But go look and check it out and see who did win. A lot of great editing and a lot of time spent into that video, so make sure you go check that out. Also, back to the the top 10. It is what you guys make it. Got to put your clips in there. I saw after we announced the top 10, Coffee already had one in there. He was boom, got one in there right away. Put your clips in there because we'd love to use them, especially if you haven't been around for a while or whatnot. Or you've been afraid to. Don't be afraid to. Just pop them in there, right? It's free notoriety for you. You get mentioned in the YouTube video down there in the description. This is free pub for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let us all either laugh or bravo with the great play or whatever it comes out to be. Just be involved. Just another great way to be involved with the community. Speaking with being involved with the community, we're going to bring somebody in next. Tonight is not only After Dark, but we got a special guest. Coffee Break's here with us. Welcome, Coffee Break, to the show, everybody.
Welcome,
Coffee, how has your week been? How are you doing, sir?
How we doing, guys? Thanks for having me. It's been an incredible week. Just wrapped up Memorial Day weekend at work, so I hope y'all who are off here in the States had some awesome barbecues and great times now that things are opening back up. So it's been a week. It's been a week.
Right on. Kind of coming in after the holiday.
Absolutely. And I can't I'd be remiss if I didn't point out the mood lighting behind me, since it is after dark. Had to set the tone with the nice blue light.
You've done far better than we have, sir. And we're happy to have your voice here on the show as well. Definitely a
sir.
Voice.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time and bringing me on. It's good to be back in contributing to the GGR and almost full swing.
Absolutely, love to see it, as I would say in one of my streams. So we're gonna get down on some coffee questions here. Tony and I are gonna kind of come back and forth
All right.
and ask some questions of you. So we didn't come here for you just to look pretty with your mood lighting. We actually came here to put you to work. So
Should I punch back in?
punch back in because
Yep.
we're going to demand some of your time here. The people want to know a little more about coffee.
All right.
So we got some questions for you. I'm going to throw the first one out there. Should be an easy
Fire
one.
away.
What's the first video game you remember playing, and what does that bring back to you?
So I had to go back into my boomer brain and kind of do some digging. First game that I distinctly remember: Zombies Ate My Neighbors on the Super Nintendo.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had actually never played that.
It was a fantastic 2-player game where it was looking back on it now, every 80s horror trope that you could think of.
Wow.
And the whole deal was you had to survive. It was World War Z before it was World War Z.
Oh, nice.
In 8-bit glory, or 16-bit glory, rather.
Is that something you played a lot for a period of time, or was it?
So it was the most memorable. Growing up, I didn't have a lot of money. I grew up the poor kid, you know. So my escape, if it wasn't the library, it was over at my cousin's house, and her parents surprised her with a Super Nintendo for Christmas one year, and that was the game that started it all. Then, of course, you fall into the other tropes of Super Mario Kart, Kirby, all the greats. But that was the first game that I distinctly remember going, wow, this is a lot of fun. And they had to pry the controller out of my hands.
Personal question for me.
Yeah.
So SNES, did you ever get to play in Zelda: Link to the Past?
Oh, of course. Of course.
Nice.
That's when I was able to have enough money on my bike route, back when bike routes were a thing, doing papers and stuff.
I remember that.
I was able to get Link to the Past, and next thing I know, I was fortunate enough to save up for an N64 and then Ocarina of Time, baby.
Oh yeah, glad to hear the Zelda story in there too.
Oh, of course.
Very cool. All right, you ready?
Sure.
What got you started wanting to be a content creator, and what were your influences?
I think the big one, and I know a lot of us who have survived 2020 can relate, sanity. Staying sane and finding a way to stay connected. I started getting into Twitch and then subsequently everything else, the Instagram and all that, which I'll shamelessly plug later. During the wave of lockdowns, I had just moved back to South Jersey after relocating for my job, and the day I signed my lease for my apartment that I'm currently in, the governor announced a stay-at-home order. And it was just me and my cat. That was it. And all of my friends, we managed a way to stay connected on Discord and moving our Dungeons and Dragons game digitally on Roll20 and Discord voice. And then as the days went on, I was finding that I was staying connected consistently, not just for work, where we were living in Slack and WebEx, but we were also spending a lot of time in Discord video and Discord voice. Just playing World of Warcraft, playing Call of Duty, whatever the case may be. And I found myself browsing Twitch at a more frequent capacity, whether it was background noise or genuinely paying attention. So I figured, well, I've got a webcam, I've got a decent computer that I built. Why the heck not? It's great. If I make some pocket change, cool. But it was really a way for me to get that social interaction while not getting the virus. And, well, I wound up getting the virus, but that's a whole different story. But a way to stay sane, So I'm not that crazy 30-year-old talking to his cat, I got to talk to a bunch of crazy other people on stream.
I talked to my cat. It's okay, Coffee.
No, I talk to my cat too. He just doesn't. He just passes judgment and walks away.
He sure does. All right, very good. Question number 3.
Oh, we didn't go over influences.
Oh shoot! Hit it.
Yeah. I got.
Keep us in line. We're in time. This is the part of the noob show. You're clearly not a boomer, right? Yep. So you got to keep us in line from time to time.
No, it's all good. I've got a case of the Mondays on a Friday since today was my Monday. Influences. It's standard MMO creators. As much as I loathe to say it, I have to give credit to Asmongold. Towley. He's a big influence in not just my streaming personality, but in the games I play and how I play them. So those two on the World of Warcraft side were instrumental. And then Quickie Baby, who is a notorious World of Tanks streamer, he's the one who really kind of brought that analytical approach that I take to gaming and kind of helped me refine that. Not directly, but just from watching the streams, watching his mannerisms. There's something to be said for our friends across the pond.
That's right. The left brain is strong there.
Yeah.
Very strong. So, Coffee, if let's just say that you had to be locked down, right? And there's only one video game you can play for the rest of your life. Forget them all. And I'm not talking a series. I'm talking about narrowing it down to just one game. Only game you get to play for the rest of your life after the show today. What is it?
That is a really tough one. There's so many good games out there as we've all played on stream, but I think I would have to go with an old school classic, Unreal Tournament 2003.
Wow.
Not expecting to hear that one.
Yeah.
There's something to be said for a classic arena shooter that you can get with your friends on LAN or, do a hack network and make it run. And there's just something about hearing Monster Kill in the background.
Apologize for the zipper. I actually have grandma's bag here with some seltzers in it. Since we're at night, I'm drinking a couple Seltzies during the show. So
I thought you were just cracking lunch on us.
I thought you were breaking out a bingo bag. I didn't know what it was. Was for a second.
I had my bingo marker ready to go.
We're trying out. This is not a sponsored show, but I'm trying out the Truly Punches.
Oh, okay. I was waiting for like daubers to come out. I didn't know what was going on.
It's bingo time. I'm not that old. I just turned 42, Optimus. I'm not that old. Come on.
I know I'm
That's
older.
The meaning
I'm
of
sorry.
life right there, 42.
I actually do go to bingo. I'm just gonna admit that now, and we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on.
I can get down with bingo. I'm
Not
quite amazing at party light bingo.
Yep, we're gonna move on. All right, Coffee.
Yo,
tell us about something that you are absolutely obsessed with.
Despite my handle, and anyone who knows me that may be in the chat in real life, it's whiskey. I love a good whiskey. There was a point in my life where if I had the scratch to just pick up and go, there is a marketing school for bartenders down in Texas where you could become a whiskey sommelier.
Wow.
Interesting.
I didn't know they had those. I know for wine.
Yeah, I didn't know they had those either.
Yep. You could become a whiskey sommelier, and it's a 5-level course, and you stay on the campus, and you got a tour of the whiskey vault that they have. And level 1 is you learn the foundations of whiskey. What's a bourbon? What's a scotch? Why do they use certain grains? Why do they use certain mash bills? And it's quite the education. And It's something that I take a lot of pride in with my own little whiskey collection. And being able to share that with everyone, it's you can't go wrong with good alcohol and good company and a good cigar.
Yeah,
and a good cigar. That's a pastime of mine as well. I'd love to see a snapshot of some of that whiskey collection sometime.
Well, I will have to say I have to replenish some of it. 2020 definitely put it through its paces. But if I have to pick up, so I have 2 favorite whiskeys that I'm currently torn between. James Bond fans might know the one, the Macallan 18.
Yes, you mentioned that one before.
And then I am also partial to the Glenfarclas 21.
Which is the best one?
So that's
especially
where if money were not an object, I would continue to go with the Glenfarclas.
Okay.
That is for me, like, I had a hard day's work. I had a really good steak dinner, a la Ron Swanson. Bridge on the River Kwai's playing. That is my choice.
You just became my Ron Swanson spirit animal.
Did we just become best friends?
Now. I love Ron Swanson as a character, and as you say that, I'm not looking at you in the face right now, but everything you're saying just says Ron Swanson, and then you said it, and there was connection made.
I see in the chat our producer is crying over drinking mid-tier bourbon, and what I will say for those who are feeling sensitive about their whiskey choices, there is no such thing as a bad whiskey. Any good whiskey, any whiskey is good as long as you like to drink it. And that's been my approach. Because what may appeal to me may not appeal to you. And that's the beauty of it. Anyone who tells you otherwise is a sanctimonious snob.
Well said.
Very well said.
I knew we had a banger on the show tonight, and I knew it was an Optimus or myself. So,
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
All right.
What's something that's considered popular today that really annoys you? So, stay out of politics and that kind of stuff, of course.
Sure.
You try to keep a family show, but what's something that really annoys the crap out of you right now? What is it and why?
Despite having a degree in political science, I'm going to say politics. No. For the life of me, I'm probably going to get the ire of every single content creator out there right now, but my brain cannot wrap my head around the concept of TikTok. I have tried to understand it.
Me either.
I have tried to not understand it. I have tried it. Wait, this is a family show. I can't go down that route. I've tried it after a couple whiskeys and other substances medicinally to understand TikTok. And I just don't get it. And I think the culminating apex of that was I was legitimately at work doing my thing, and a bunch of Zoomers come in and do a live TikTok recording in our location.
Oh, okay.
And I just sat there and I'm like, what are they? Are they really doing this right now in a place of business? And they did their thing. They didn't buy anything and they left. And I just sat there. It's like, it's like something out of an anime. You're sitting there scratching your head going, did that really just happen? And I still don't understand it. And I'm sure they got thousands and hundreds of thousands of likes on it or upvotes or whatever it's called. But
they got to have a hefty account too to be able to go live like that on TikTok.
Yeah,
not just anybody can do that.
I don't understand it.
Well, I would like to say I know it's here, but look at my camera. Even boomers can do TikTok. Wearing shades,
I have not been blessed with that skill.
Driving down the street with the cap on. Even boomers can do it.
Supreme boomers like that one there can do it.
What's the appeal? Educate me. Explain it like I'm 5.
So for me, it's just another Instagram, right? It's another Snapchat. It's just it's some kind of child of the two. You just take a little bit of everything, and it's just all about people doing random stuff. For me, it's more like notifying when I'm going live for my stream, or putting a clip on there, just more gaming oriented stuff. But a talented guy that has a strong right brain, which I do not, like Malgenix. I mean, the guy's got 20-some thousand followers.
I don't doubt the creativity, and I don't disrespect the player. I don't get it.
I don't have the creativity to play that game, so I just use it as a notification service, if anything else, pretty much myself.
All right, I can respect that.
I call it Vine too.
Oh yeah,
I miss Vine.
Yep, it's Vine too. It's literally Vine.
Now, my guilty pleasure with TikTok, I will say, and it is safe for work, so I can say it. There is a subreddit called TikTok Cringe, where you just see people do the most outrageous, cringiest things. And, well, for one who doesn't like to cast judgment, I'll let others cast the judgment, and I just laugh at their expense.
Fair enough. Now we know about Coffee's position on TikTok. Now it's official.
I'm just old.
I'm older than into a clip this week. You see a clip next week out on TikTok about Coffee speaking about TikTok.
Check me out on live stream fails next week. I'll be there all day.
All right. What animal or insect would you eradicate if you had the power?
This was another one I was thinking about all day. And as much as I am inclined to say mosquitoes,
don't take the easy way out.
That's the easy way out. I'm gonna take a step back and say hornets.
Ooh, I'm right with you. I'm right with you 100%.
The reason being it's threefold. They're genetically stupid.
Okay.
They die the moment they sting you with their stinger. So they serve no purpose there. But they are they are the obnoxious gym brats of the animal kingdom. It's look how tough I am. look how big bad I am. I'm going to go after all the honeybees, which we actually like.
Right.
Shoot their shot, and then die. They serve no evolutionary function.
What a miserable experience.
It is. It is. You wake up, you're a bully, and then you die.
Yep. They are so annoying. I can't. And the ones that go into your house, they drill little holes in your wood. And
They're
just
insidious.
For what? For what?
And then they got to go and take it to the next level, power up like a Super Saiyan and become murder hornets. I mean, what?
Yep.
Who had that on their 2020 bingo cards? To make a Seinfeld joke out of it. What's the deal with them?
I'm going to say again, the left brain is strong with this one. Been doing some deep thoughts today. Deep thoughts with coffee break.
Deep cuts.
Tonight. Straight out of Saturday Night Live show. All right. So as you guys have been here on the Pardon the Noob show, and you saw back in week 4 when Miles was on, next time's for our rapid fire mailbags. So we have got some either or questions for Coffee. What we're going to ask him to do is basically answer either or, one or the other, right? And
right.
Coffee, if you got something that's stuck in the left side of your brain and maybe even the right side of your brain that you want to entertain us with, feel free to make a little punchline thereafter. But are you ready?
Go for it. Born ready.
First one, PC or Mac?
PC.
All right. Cake or pie?
Pie.
Checkers or chess?
Checkers.
Checkers. Crushed ice or cubed ice?
Cubed ice.
Cubed ice. James Bond or Jason Bourne?
James Bond.
All right. But this one, Star Wars or Star Trek?
There is no right answer here, but it will always be Star Wars in my heart.
All right. I was going to say there must be one chosen. You heard it here on the Part of the Noob show. Coffee chose Star Wars over Star Trek in his heart. Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
Pancakes or waffles?
Waffles.
All right. Jazz or classical music?
Jazz.
All right. Italian or Mexican food?
Italian.
All right. How about this one? Buffalo Trace or wild turkey?
I knew you were going to do
got
this
him.
to me.
Oh, I got him. I knew it. I'd get him on this one. He has to process for a second.
Wild turkey.
Wild turkey is the answer. Sourdough or rye?
Sourdough.
Don Johnson or Eric Estrada?
I only know the name Don Johnson, so Don Johnson it is.
What? Oh, we went too old. We cemented ourselves as a boomer. Part of the Noobs is a boomer show. I can't lie. Man, we'll have to think about some more of the young people questions. These people you've both heard of: Stephen King or John Grisham?
Stephen King.
All right. Ocean or lake?
Ocean.
All right. Winter or summer?
Winter, without a doubt, baby.
Winter. Awesome. You can always put more clothes back on. You can't take them off in the summer necessarily.
Can't take your skin off.
That's right. So this one's going to throw you for a curveball too, just to prepare you. Would you rather be a country singer or a professional athlete?
Professional athlete.
And just out of curiosity, what kind of a professional athlete would you be?
Snooker. Pool player.
Okay. All right. The 1920s were the 2020s.
What's the difference? At the rate we're going.
A lot of similarities. That's why I threw it out.
1920s. At least I get to look good in the zoot suit.
All right. Yeah. All right. The attire's there. I get that. The attire, maybe not COVID. Bad stock market, everything else. But there's advantages to either one and heavy disadvantages to either one as well.
Facts.
What about New York or Chicago style pizza?
New York style.
New York style. I figured you'd answer that way. Just wanted to check.
There's only one kind of right pizza, and it's New York style pizza.
All right. You heard it here first. There's only one kind of pizza that's appropriate. That's New York style. You fold?
Depends on the slice.
Depends on the slice?
Yep.
All right. Is there a particular place that you like? Where's the best New York style pizza that you can get?
So it's not New York style, but it's a classic tomato pie, and that is only done properly at Maruka's at Seaside Heights, New Jersey, on the boardwalk.
All right, there you go. You heard it here first. If you're out there in the Northeast, you know where to get a slice. All right, one more question.
I do believe our producer's taking exception with that. I bet he's a Sawmill fan.
Is he taking exception?
He is
Got some
taking you.
good
Oh,
places in
Philadelphia! You
Philly.
don't go to Philadelphia for pizza. You go to Philadelphia for cheesesteak and
Don't they
sadness.
sell cheesesteaks or something like that
Yeah.
there? Losing sports
Yeah.
teams.
Yeah, yeah.
Did I say that out loud? I'm sorry. The
There's always
Sixers are
next
in it
year.
still. So I'm
There's
sorry.
always next year.
There's always next
Yeah.
year. Next year starts in August, September. So here we go. One more question for you. It's a
All right.
movie question. Both 90s movies. So you've seen both of these.
All right.
Shawshank Redemption or Seven?
Shawshank Redemption.
Ah, my man.
And
Ladies
there's a
and
got
good
one
gentlemen.
reason
more.
for that. There's
I
a
got
good
one
reason
more.
for that.
Oh,
I
Tony's
got one
one.
more. Since he's
All
in
right.
South Jersey and we were
Okay.
just talking about it, you're near Philly, obviously. So,
Yes.
Pats or Geno's?
Neither.
Good man. That's what I'm talking about. I can't
So-
stand Velveeta on
Pats and Geno's are
cheesesteak.
purely tourist traps. You go
Yes.
there to say you've been there,
Yeah.
Yes.
but any real Philadelphian or any Philadelphia adjacent knows.
True
If
that.
you want good chain cheesesteak, you go to Tony Luke's. But if you want the true Philadelphia hole in the wall experience, you go to Ishka Bibbles.
Ishka Bibbles.
Yep, right on
Is
South
that
Street.
North Philly? Is that that's South?
That's South Philly.
Because I had one in North Philly that was so good, and I don't remember the place because it was many years ago. But man, it was so good. I'll never forget.
Just
how
keep
good that
drinking your
thing
bourbon, Peter.
He's raging.
tasted.
The producer's raging in the chat. Don't mind the chat, folks.
Yep.
The producer is not happy with the choices that are made.
Gonna mess up the scenes now on purpose.
It's like Hotel
There's
California.
sabotage. We know who to blame. We're blaming coffee for pissing off the producer.
Oh man.
Great time tonight, Coffee. Appreciate you coming
Thanks
in
for
and
having me.
enlightening us a little bit more about you. If you guys didn't know or you're not paying attention to the Discord, wake up, number one. Number two, Coffee is the Gamer Showcase of the month. So feel
What a
free to get
strange
in there in the
coincidence.
Gamer Showcase, chat him up. If you disagree with his choices, go in there.
Write
I'm
me
sure
up
he'd
there.
like to debate those with you live in the channel there. It's his to do as he wishes with. He can spam whatever he wants. I'm sure he'll entertain some healthy discussions in there with you if you'd like to formally disagree. So, Peter, if you disagree, take it up in the Gamers Showcase.
I can
Coffee would
feel
happy
the
with
angst emanating from him across the river right now.
Coffee, this is where we like to take a time after saying thank you, of course, for being here. Go ahead and give us some shameless plugs, man. Just take it away. This
Sure.
is your time. Let us know how to get a hold of you, how to watch you, all the good stuff.
Well, slowly getting back into the streaming game after a hiatus courtesy of COVID and the holidays. Glad to say I fully recovered. I finally have my sense of taste and smell back. Bourbon drinkers
Awesome.
rejoice.
Awesome.
That said, I can be found at twitch.tv/coffeebreak, Instagram, Twitter, are at Coffee Break Live. Stream is a little bit up in the air with a bit of everything right now. I am one of the many World of Warcraft refugees that has moved over to Final Fantasy XIV as my MMO of choice until New World and Ashes of Creation come out, both of which I'm incredibly excited for. Beyond that, just like to have a good time. Like you've noted, I do definitely bring a left brain approach to how I handle gaming. So if you like witty banter, chat engagement, and just general diatribes about anything and everything, that's the channel for you. Last giveaway we did cosmetic items in the Final Fantasy game store. So
Right on.
a lot of good stuff.
I can vouch for everything he just said. I spent some time the last couple of weeks dropping in on a couple of his streams. What he preaches and what he says is true, 100%.
Kind of like Lucifer from the hit TV series on Netflix. I will never tell a lie, at least on stream.
At least on stream. I'm hearing what's that? I'm hearing a question come in my ear.
All right.
Do you give Apple discounts?
Only on my last day at Apple, and I regretfully say it is not that day, my friend.
I promised I wouldn't bring that up, but it was just it's too
It's-
much not to just.
Would you
sing
say
it
it's
your
low
way.
hanging fruit?
It's low hanging fruit. That's right. Had to be addressed.
Yeah.
So. Coffee, thanks again so much for being on the
I
show.
appreciate you having me, guys.
All right. On to gaming news. Let's move on. Tony, you want to take the first one here?
Yes. So, Crisis Remastered Trilogy is set to launch. It's this fall on PC and console. And if you've played Crisis Remastered now the trilogy is going to be a good thing. I think this is going to be a good thing. But the first one was kind of a bomb. And it used to be an ongoing like thing. If you could play Crisis on your PC was like the thing, you know. But nowadays that's not the case. People have like crazy PCs. But anyways, Crisis 2 and Crisis 3 are going to join, obviously, Crisis Remastered, making the whole, rounding out the trilogy. And hopefully they get this one set right because the other one, for some reason, had some glitches and had some problems. There's a lot of YouTube videos on it where people are like showing like some of the glitches and things that happened. I played actually a little bit of Crisis Remastered. I didn't really experience too many issues. I had pretty much, some fun with it. But I'm anxious to see what Crisis 2 and 3 look like because I played and beat Crisis 2 on the Xbox 360. That was my first time actually playing a Crisis game. And I really enjoyed it. I played a little bit of Crisis 3. It was fun. And I want to see it remastered because I felt the 360 did it no justice. Playing it on the Xbox One X was amazing because it upscaled the graphics. It's like playing Crisis. It was playing Crisis 2 in 4K, and it was really, really cool. But now being able to have it remastered, I'm dying to see what it looks like. So, did you play Crisis?
I never did. I hear
Such a
that
fun
it was
game.
very difficult to play the first one from some of the things
Yeah.
you mentioned previously, of course. Um, and I read the article and I was like, wow, they're going to remake 2 and 3 after all the one kind of garbage. But now that we've got all this technology, it should work itself out, right? Is that what I understand?
Hopefully, yes, because it was the remastered that had the issue for some reason. But hopefully they don't rush it, and they don't really kill it because they're putting out 2 games in one. Basically, they're basically remastering 2 games and putting it out with the other one. So I'm hoping they don't rush it too much and it comes out good because. And my other thing is I hope there's a multiplayer with it. I have a feeling it's just going to be the campaign, but if there's a multiplayer with it, I'm playing that because I remember Crisis 2 multiplayer was one of the most fun and intense multiplayers I played, and it was just so cool to play. I was hooked on that for months. But I never did get to play threes, but because that was actually one with the bow, which is pretty cool because now Apex Legends has the bow now and everything like that, and it reminded me of the Crisis 3 bow. But I really, really would like to see. I really would like to see that game be successful because it's a very underrated game that people. I feel like gamers nowadays don't even realize how good that game was, and how graphic intensive it was too.
Well, they definitely don't know. If you weren't playing around during that time, I know very little about it, just what I've read recently. So,
Yeah.
very good. So, up next in gaming news, shame. We've got some shame out there. So, Minecraft Megastar accused of cheating months after denial. This guy's a piece of work. I don't know if you've caught it in the socials this week, but this fella known as Dream, doing some speed runs, right, in Minecraft, and doing some speed runs that were, let's just say, a little bit ahead of the pace of everyone else that's good at the game. Like mind-blowing times, right? And then people are like, well, what's going on? Right? What's going on here? What's happening here? The people started accusing him of cheating right away, right? Like, how is this happening? How are you able to do this? Right?
Mhm.
Well, he denied it. He denied it. He denied it. And then he finally came out and said, well, I might have done it. I just didn't mean to do it. So the cat's running mods on his Minecraft game that actually spawn Endermen at a faster pace. If you haven't played Minecraft, Endermen can spawn the Ender Pearls, which is a key ingredient on your way to finishing the game, beating the game quickly. And basically, he was cheating. So he kind of came out. He half confessed. Didn't really say everything. Didn't take full ownership, I think, is what we're looking for here as the right description of words. 21-year-old. He's a young kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's denying it to start off with. Then he kind of halfway comes out. He still really hasn't come out and said, "Hey, this is what it is." In fact, he went out and got some Harvard people to kind of put some legalese together, a 30-page document about how there was a chance that he could have done it. One out of one in 7.5 trillion odds that this could happen, and somehow luck bestowed upon him. Right. So obviously he paid those people to do that. The Minecraft people went out there and said, no, man, it's not possible. It's not even worth looking into at this point. It kicked off 2020. He had a high stakes manhunt style YouTube series with some other guys that made him famous before. Now he's like, don't discredit what I've done, blah, blah, blah. Well, what happens when you cheat, folks? When you cheat and you get caught, it discredits you. One of my favorite athletes, right? Barry Bonds. I'll defend him down on the ground because you still can't prove that he did it. There is no ironclad proof that he did it. We all pretty much feel that he did it. Whatever. And we're not going to get into that debate here. But once you do it, your name is mud, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's no longer credible. You can't get that trust back. So he's the guy's actually received death threats. It's pretty serious.
Yeah, I was reading that and I was like, whoa, I mean, I get it. You cheated. Okay. You admitted it now, or before you didn't, but still it's cheating. But remember, guys, it's a game.
It is a game.
It's a game. It is not life or death. Some of these people take games so seriously to the point of life or death. And the guy's getting death threats. You're going to threaten a dude over a game? Come on, guys. Get better. Get better, people.
Right.
Do better. Do better. Period. Like I'll never understand that. I'll never understand someone threatening somebody over a game.
Never. Well, there's no reason for it. It's just a game. I think the other moral of the story here is just do what's right. Put in the work. Be the ultralight playing Mortal Kombat. Grind that sucker out. Insert person here. He works hard. He's not cheating at that. He's up there almost to the top levels of Mortal Kombat. Probably top 1% of players in the world.
Yeah.
Don't back me on that. You don't know it, but
he's like Grandmaster.
He's a Grandmaster. I was talking to him the other, I think last night in my stream, and he's like, "There's only 3 more levels I can even go."
He's like the
against people. So.
He's like the Ip Man of Mortal Kombat.
he's the Prince of Pain for a reason.
Yeah, man.
He's probably our best guy as far as playing that level. It's ultra level difficulty. I've made that joke before commonly, but it's real. There's an example of a guy that does it the right way. This cat in Minecraft, he's 21, right? He's looking for some fame. He's looking for some notoriety. Guess what, buddy? You already had it. You already had great content. People are watching your stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thousands of subscribers, you name it, lots of views. And you threw it all down the toilet because you took a cheap route off into something else. So lesson to be anybody who's thinking about taking the cheap route, it's not worth it at the end of the day. It just basically discredits everything you've ever done, whether you wanted to or not. So I'll get off my soapbox on that one.
I mean, I'm sure he'll be fine. They're still going to watch him. Even the haters are going to watch him because they're going to just go in there to hate. So he's still going to get paid. He's still going to, he's still going to do okay. Maybe not as good as he was a few weeks ago, but still, he's going to be fine.
Absolutely.
Hopefully he learns from it, does better, keeps an entertaining stream, and does his thing, and hopefully no one, actually kills him over a game.
It's not that serious, folks. Let's not even talk about that anymore. Let's shut that down. That's silly.
Exactly. All right. So new game coming out. I don't really have much details about this, so this is going to be a quick one, but Battlefield 6 reveal is coming on June 9th. That's all that was tweeted. So that's the only thing I know. Now, the only other little thing I know is there's leaks. There's tons of leaks all over Reddit. If you want, search Battlefield 6 all over Reddit or just Google search it and you'll be taken to it. There's been tons of leaks. Now, these leaks are very blurry. They're never really good, so you never really know, but these are supposedly credible leaks. But as you know, Battlefield has shifted more towards like the World War I, World War II kind of thing with Battlefield 1 and 5 and stuff like that. But Battlefield 6 is actually supposed to be, hopefully, and I actually hope this, more modern day combat, more modern day warfare. So, and they haven't done that since Battlefield 4. So you're going to see a lot of people, and I've already started to see it. A lot of people started to stream Battlefield 4 again. A lot of people started to pick up Battlefield 4, dust the old controller off, or mouse and keyboard and play that game.
Tuning back up.
Yep, they're tuning back up, and they're starting to get ready because apparently, I mean, it's obviously not going to be the same mechanics and things like that. It's Battlefield. They're working on it, but that's the leaks. That's all I know so far, that it's supposed to be modern combat. So we'll see what happens.
So I'm going to jump back to week 5, episode 5 of Part of the Noobs. We did talk a little bit about this. Remember, Battlefield 5 was such just a stink bomb, right?
Oh my
They
goodness.
put it out. Nobody liked it. Horrible flop, right?
Yeah.
And then Battlefield 6, basically DICE, who develops the game, basically put the whole team on it. GM of that unit said, "It's the biggest team in series history working on Battlefield 6." And we knew then, like, hey, there's going to be a teaser. We just didn't know when. So now we actually have a date. We know that on June 9th, we're going to get to see the first trailer for a game that has been being worked on for well over a year by the biggest team ever to work on a Battlefield. So hopefully it turns out great. I haven't played a Battlefield before. I've heard great things. I've been more of a COD guy, but I'm all about checking this out. If we got a cool trailer,
Yeah.
I got a new game to play pretty much.
Usually the thing is COD guys don't usually like Battlefield. The mechanics and the gameplay is different, and
I may be the same. I don't know.
the COD mentality when you're playing Battlefield is more team oriented. You can't go where COD is, you could be a lone wolf and actually do well in the game. Battlefield is more, you need a team and you need to communicate with your team and you need to play as a team. If you don't play as a team, you do not win at Battlefield.
Sure.
You have to play as a team and you have to play to your strengths, and it's just a different game. So like I said, if you're used to running and gunning with COD and you get your 30-40 kills, that's cool. Yes, you can get that in Battlefield, but you're gonna lose. And
Yeah, and
you're not helping your team.
I'm more of a team-based multiplayer guy, right? That is my jam. So
Yeah.
that's good to hear, because Battlefield 6 will probably sit right into my wheelhouse then. Because I played domination at Hardpoint. I'm all about the team capture type things. I do enjoy playing search and destroy if I've got players that can play with me and I can actually have a team. For that very reason, COD's got a lot of singular players that like to go out
Yeah.
there. So Battlefield 6 sounds better every minute you talk about it.
Yeah, it's definitely team. You get, and that's the other thing where COD is all one team versus one team.
Mhm.
Battlefield is multiple teams versus multiple teams.
Oh, nice.
So you get your squad is only 4 people, and everybody's squad is 4 people on each side. So, and they're massive battles, like yeah, anywhere from like 60 on 60 sometimes. It's crazy how much is going on. So yeah.
Very fair. Moving on to the next subject, Nintendo has recently won a lawsuit against Matthew Storman. Matthew Storman is a guy that had, I would say, a online store called ROM Universe, and basically what he did, he distributed pirated Nintendo games when it comes down to it, as the judge found. They weren't. He's not doing the right thing, right? ROMs are fine, right? If you own a copy of the game, it's definitely legal for you to upload the content of that game into another medium and still use it. You own the rights to that, right? The problem is he's selling subscriptions and higher dollar access to his website to be able to access certain ROMs that you don't necessarily have the title to. He probably had something in there which says, yeah, hey, you got to own the game, and you check a box or something, but that's just not enough, is basically what the courts found. They originally went after him for a lot more money. They went after him for $15 million. U.S. District Court Judge Consuelo Marshall ruled in favor of Nintendo. Only got 2.1 mil out of the deal, though, not 15. Probably felt like Nintendo's pockets weren't really empty to start with. It was more of a punishment, fitting the crime. Storman did shut the website down when Nintendo asked him to. So I think that showed some leniency on the side of the judge. He did also file a counterclaim against him, but because of his argument was the plaintiff misrepresented their copyright, trademark, and unfair competition claims against the defendant. Because that was kind of disproven in the actual trial, the counterclaim didn't go anywhere. It stopped in the water based off of that, because it's basically his defense. So if you don't know what ROM means, it's read-only memory, right? So that's what a lot of these games are. It's read-only, right?
Mhm.
You guys ever burn CDs and stuff like that? We can write on there. You have rewritable CDs and ones you can write one time, and then it's just basically read-only at that point. Kind of the same concept here. So ROM Universe shared and hosted lots and lots of ROM files of different retro games. Just a software image of the ROM chip, right? So they upload that. You can pull that down into an emulator. There's nothing wrong or illegal about an emulator, by the way. You know, users can transfer, they can create digital media, ROM files from games they already own, as we mentioned earlier. There's nothing wrong with that. However, sharing the ROMs online with others is illegal. So it's kind of like when you go back to the whole Napster thing, the whole LimeWire thing, Metallica versus Napster, all that kind of stuff. It'd be one thing if you were uploading it for your use and you already owned a copy of the music, but because you don't, it becomes illegal. And he's distributing that for a fee, which ultimately got him shut down and a $2.1 million fine, which I don't know what his pocket status is, if he's going to be able to pay that or not, but he may have to call bankruptcy if he doesn't have the money to pay it. So one way or the other, his business is shut down and he's got to move on. So
Yeah, I think it was the biggest of the ROM sites, wasn't it?
yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was the biggest one. He was earning pretty good money. I don't
Yeah.
know if it was in that range of money, but he was definitely earning really big money doing this. And to be quite honest with you, I don't like that Nintendo does this. Like, I like ROMs. I think ROMs are a good way to preserve retro games. And
Sure.
you know, not everybody's going to be able to have the carts. Not everybody's going to be able to, you know, keep having this. And for that, you know, for that being said, CDs either. CDs rot. CDs
Right.
can wear and tear, and eventually CDs, gaming disc, are going to be gone. So to keep them preserved in ROM form is the best thing you could possibly do, because these games need to be preserved. They're fun to play.
Mhm.
People will always still want to go back and play old games. You know, people like me. People, you know, a lot of people like those games. And so what Nintendo does, I just feel like they just gotta just leave people alone. You're a
It's
big
not really.
company, you're making money. Just why do you have to bother people who are just sharing? They're just sharing ROMs. They're just sharing your games.
Mhm.
If they're gonna buy your games, they've already bought your games. These games aren't for sale anymore. Or do they want them to buy a Switch to play the games that they don't have on the Switch? Because they don't have those games on the Switch. So leave them alone.
If anything, they're hurting their own brand, right? That's what's going on here.
They
They're
do
they're
that from
hurting them.
time to time.
They hurt themselves. And yes, is it illegal? Yes. But I'm thinking about a 15, 16, 17-year-old that wants to play one of these old games that we're talking about. And you know as well as anybody, your garage sale and looking to pick up odds and ends things, right? These things go for a lot of money on the internet. It's very
Mhm.
difficult to get into some of these older games because there's not just copies of it sitting around anymore. So
Exactly.
the emulation definitely provides a way to do that, and I get the legalities of it. But I'm with you, Tone. The Nintendo looks like a stinky, stinky outfit right here, when they
Yeah.
could be doing something to maybe either restrict it or say, "Hey, you got to give us part of your whatever." Like, and I'm okay with that. Profit share with Nintendo because you're
Yeah.
hawking their stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Just like DMCA stuff, right? They come in and take money from YouTube videos, stuff like that. Like, go get your cut, then, buddy. If that's what you need to do, Nintendo, go get your cut. But let the
Yeah.
guy keep doing it. He's keeping your brand
Yeah.
alive, right?
Yeah.
Don't choke him out with what you're asking for.
Exactly.
Don't shut down the website because you just shut down thousands of people from being able to experience some of your nostalgia, which
Mhm.
grows you as a loyal brand with them.
Yep.
And now, guess what? They may not pick you over another platform going forward,
Yep.
right?
Exactly.
Nintendo, you just shut down possibly thousands and millions of people growing up and knowing your brand and its history the way it was. So
Yep.
I'm getting a little hopped up right now, but it's just like,
Yeah.
this is
It
so,
sours people the wrong
just,
way, you know?
it's just like, come on, man. Like, I want Nintendo to be a successful brand. It's the one I started on after the Atari. The Nintendo Entertainment System was the first one that I actually owned myself. Love
Yep.
the dang thing,
Yep.
right?
Same
And I
here.
want that brand to be successful. I want the Zelda series to keep going and that kind of stuff. And then I see crap like
Exactly.
this, and I'm like, you're tearing down the brand, brother. Stop it.
Yep.
We
Yep.
want the brand to continue. We want these games to continue. And it's only
Mhm.
right if they continue on the Nintendo Entertainment System,
Yep.
some form of it. So I'm going to back down now. I'm clearly excited about that. And I'm going to let you talk about the next subject here, Tone, because I'm hot. I'm hot under the collar right now.
All right. So eBay eBay just updated their bidding policy for trading cards. As you know, trading cards have been on fire during this pandemic, like and as of recently. And that means like Pokemon cards,
Yep.
whatever Digimon cards, all those kind of cards, plus baseball, football, basketball, sports cards as well. And it's been just it's crazy. Like I go out garage sailing, there's people looking for cards. They'll literally go up to the garage sale, the people that are running the garage sale, and they'll say, "You don't happen but have any cards like old baseball cards or football cards lying around that you want to get rid of?" Because they're so hot right now that they're asking for them. And there's this thing with eBay right now. I also sell on eBay, and there's this thing going around that literally people will bid on items, and then after they bid, they cancel the order.
Oh,
So, and then there's other people that will, so the trading card thing, they're trying to up their trading card prices by having another account and then bidding on it with their separate account. So that way it ups the trading card price more, then they get higher bids. And then if they win the bid, meaning like if I were to put something on there, a Pokemon card, and people are bidding on it, I drive my own bid up with my other account, and then I win the bid, I just cancel my order. So they're stopping that.
why
That's
wasn't this
basically
fixed a
what
long
this is.
time ago? Or why are people just now smart enough to do this? I guess.
It's because of it's happening so much. I think with this whole craze of trading cards going on.
Yeah.
I think they're tired of doing it, so they're gonna basically like ban their account, the other account that's doing that. If you cancel orders or do that too much, they're basically gonna get rid of you.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, it's a big thing with eBay right now. You need to contact the seller. And that's the other thing right now. So let's say you do bid on stuff and you're driving up the price, but then you don't have the money to pay and or you try to cancel the order, which is a lot of what other people are doing. They're trying to just cancel an order on me. It happened to me actually 2 times today. Somebody bid on something of mine, and then afterwards they wanted to cancel it. And I granted the cancellation a couple times, but then the second time, I said, "That's it. That's enough." And I actually blocked the guy from even bidding on anything of mine ever again. Because it's getting to the point where I feel like it's trolling. Like they're just bidding and then canceling.
So
So I just
as the
started
merchant,
blocking
you
them.
have the ability to block buyers
Yes.
from your store.
Yes. Or
Okay.
you could tell them, "No, you got to pay."
Right.
And they have to pay. If they don't pay, they're going to lose their accounts. Because as the person that's doing the auction, if somebody tries to do that and then say, "No, I want to cancel," you can opposite and say, "No, you got to pay." And if they don't pay, they lose their account. So I think that's a good thing that eBay recognizes this, because it's getting a little out of hand with the bidding and canceling, and it's also
Yeah.
getting out of hand with people trying to cheat the system and use their other account to try to drive bids up and things like that. I get it. People want to make money, but do things the right way.
That's right. People just trying to find their own best way to do it, and it's good that eBay is taking some action there. That's a good call out by them, and hopefully
Yeah.
that keeps that community thriving going forward, because I know it's been around for many, many years. I used to use
Exactly.
eBay a long time ago, and it's still around. I still have an eBay account. I think I started
Mm-hmm.
back in like 2001 or something like that. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
And don't quote me on that, but let's just say it's been a long time. It's been 10,
Been around
20
since
years.
I was young. It's been a long.
Yeah.
It's been around since I was a youngin.
What to say, late 90s, right? Mid to late 90s?
Yeah, I believe so.
Maybe the
Yeah, 'cause
producer can
it's
fact
been-
find that and put something in the chat about when eBay
I remember
started, or
being young
anybody.
and eBay coming out and everything, and I remember trying to figure it all out and everything like that when I was younger. I had to be in my 20s.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm
Wow.
45 now. So yeah,
How time flies, everybody. Here we go. Here we
Yeah.
go. All right. Well, we're going to move on to esports now. So I'm going to get excited again, but in a good way. I don't think I have anything that's going to turn me upside down, like the previous news about the about Nintendo.
Hey, you got
Call of
fired
Duty.
up there.
I did. I got a little hot underneath the collar. I had to pull it back and turn the fan up across the room a little bit here. Call of Duty League Stage 4 continues. This is the Florida home series. Started Thursday. Will conclude on Sunday. So 6-3 through 6-6. This is week 2 of Stage 4. So we're getting down to the nitty-gritty of the season here. It's getting down there. Just recapping week 1. Saturday's results: Minnesota Rocker 3-1 Paris. LA Thieves, the 100 Thieves brand, 3-2 over Seattle, and the New York Subliners.
New York stand up.
You still
New
got
York
the
stand up.
opportunity to ride the Subliner wave, man. 3-1 over the LA Gorillas, the worst team in the
Yes.
league.
Let's go.
And on Sunday, a big match: Toronto Ultra, Dallas Empire. The defending champs just haven't figured it out this year. Toronto helps them remember that 3-0'd them. It was a sweep. It was nasty, and it was nothing anybody. Remember, I told you last week, if you watch anything, watch Sunday. I couldn't have been more wrong because the next match was worse. FaZe took my Optic boys to the clinic, 3-0. It was a nasty sweep. It's just nasty. I can't believe it. So much for those being the one to watch last week. So I'm not going to tell you which ones to watch this week. Yes, I am. I'm gonna still do it. But so this week got started already. Thursday's results, no surprise. FaZe 3 over to the Seattle Surge. Dallas Empire. So you too can sweep somebody if you play the LA Gorillas. I just feel so bad for that team and that organization. They do not have it together. They got to get some players in there and they got to do better. Dallas Empire 3-0 over LAG on Thursday night. Today, this afternoon, had two more matches. Paris Legion. They had a lot of swaps. If you remember, we talked about last week. They dropped a couple off their team and moved some in. 3-1 over the LA Thieves. So the LA Thieves come out and 3-2 Seattle in a hard fought match last Saturday. They come out asleep this afternoon, 3-1 against Paris. Paris isn't a terrible team, but that should not have happened that way. And then New York, baby. New York won this afternoon.
Stand up.
New York stand up, beat the Florida Mutineers, which has been a much improved team of late. Went to 5 maps. They won both the S&Ds. Like 6-3 and 6-2, and won one of the hard points. So New York Subliners look pretty solid today. If you're looking to catch some Call of Duty League action tomorrow, Saturday's matches are Toronto Ultra with London at 3 Eastern. I'm going to be watching this one. This is after the funeral, so I'm happy the timing is good here. I can still get in to watch it. My Optic boys are going to be playing Paris, which has been playing pretty well here, at 4:30 Eastern. And then the Minnesota Rocker and the Seattle Surge at 6 Eastern. Make other plans. Don't watch that one. Don't watch that one. It's probably not going to be very good. Sunday, however, we got a couple of primetime matchups. Florida is going to take on the LA Gorillas, so we're going to find how fast the LA Gorillas can be 3-0'd. That's at 2 Eastern. FaZe Clan, Yan Yan, your team's going to be taking on the LA Thieves, 3:30 Eastern in the mid match. And the last match of the day, Dallas Empire and the New York Subliners. Got 3 matches in this week, Tone. So Sunday afternoon, 5 Eastern. If you want to tune in to YouTube, you'll find it very easily. Dallas Empire, last year's champs, they continue to fade and not put together. They're moving the wrong people around. I'm telling you. I can't wait to catch up with Milky this week and talk a little COD because I know he's got something to say about the Dallas Empire. But Dallas Empire, New York Subliners, 5 Eastern. Moving on into the GGR CSGO team update. Fellas are on fire. I'm just going to be honest.
They're hot.
The comms, the teamwork, they are really coming together at the right time. Got off to a slow start to start the season. Had a match on Monday on Memorial Day instead of Tuesday. So matches, the way that works is they're standardized for Tuesdays and Sundays in the evening. That's what it gets standardized as. If both teams decide to play at a different date and time, they can move that. And that match was played Memorial Day night due to some conflicts, I think, with the London Monkeys, which was the other team, which is kind of a fun name. But not so fun for us to start with because the London Monkeys came out 6-0 right out of the chute. And I can't lie, I was doing a little bit of this. I was sitting out on the back patio and having some fun with friends, and I'm like, 6-0? Is this happening? Wait a minute, this is a bad dream. Guys battled back. They won the match 16-12. So showed a lot of guts there. Came back in, made some plays. Kind of breaking down that game and what it looked like. Kratos leaving the team with 40 flashes and 97.3 seconds of enemy flash time. So 97.3 seconds. Enemies were blind, unable to make plays, so other people can step up and get that gunplay on them. Moj tossed 17 grenades, had 308 damage, which is a great total. Jobots was beaming. I mean, he was beaming. Headshot percentage of 36.84%. And Ali or Alimo's kind of chose a different name. If you see him in the Discord, it's 19, the Roman numeral. So is it 19? VX and then 4 1s. Am I reading that right? Heck, I don't know. Somebody coached me on my Roman numerals. I have no idea. So Ali led the team in average damage per round, 111.86 per round. Basically, that means he's getting damage on the other team at the highest rate every round. And they played 28 of them. 16-12 was the final. So great job getting in there. Moj and Ali each had 5 2-kill rounds. And Moj closed up with a 1.5 KD and 1-4. Count them, 4 1v2s. That means he's there. There's 2 other guys. He won 4 of those. That's pretty clutch.
Wow, that's
pretty
crazy.
clutch. So see some outstanding individual plays by the team, and then just the comms and the way they're working together. It's like listening to butter, right? It's a very good comms. You can see what's going on. Strongly invite you guys, like, go check out one of their matches. When we put it out on social media, there's usually 3 or 4 of them that are streaming. You know, stop into one of their accounts, watch it live. They're not going to interact with you a lot while the game's playing. I mean, they're playing professionally here. So keep that in mind. Don't expect a lot of back and forth. They'll generally talk to you after the game, but they're focused while they're in there. So the team moves up to 7-2 on the season. And there's the CSGO intermediate level, right? So they're trying to basically make the jump to the next level through the postseason this year and put themselves in a really great place to do so. It was their 5th straight win. They're number 3 of 69 teams in the intermediate East bracket. Number 3. I checked this earlier this week, so it's pretty slamming at 7-2. Next game is going to be Sunday night. Team C and B, a little bit of an average team. Let's say they have a 4-4 record, so we don't know if they just have some bad luck or whatnot. The boys probably know so far in season 37. So I'm looking at a favorable outcome Sunday night. The next 2 games, though, pretty tough. So got Chess Club that's already 6-2 and Cyberstorm White that's 6-2. These are going to be stout opponents. So, you know, the guys have Team C and B next, but the next 2 after that, it's going to be something. They're going to have to be on their game. They're going to have to be playing their best to compete, to get those wins on the board and get some good seeding for the playoffs coming up soon. So best of luck to you guys. I love watching you. I've loved learning more about the game of Counter-Strike. You guys have been very open with sharing that with me, and hope to continue sharing that with the GGR community here and get you guys involved as well, checking it out, because it's a lot of fun to watch the games.
Yeah, for sure. All right. My second favorite segment after esports.
After esports, right?
Is Retro Corner. And first thing I want to talk about is a PS2 portable, not the PS portable, not the PSP, but a PS2 portable. So this is sold on Etsy. It's available on Etsy, and it is pricey. It's about, I think it's like close to $600. And it's basically a PlayStation 2 handheld device. It's got like a 5-inch screen. Normal. It has all the, your buttons on the front, your normal sticks and everything, buttons on the front like a PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
Has your triggers on the back of it. Pretty well designed. And it comes with I believe it comes with a ton of PS2 games already loaded on it. And you can load more, but it's amazing. It
looks great.
It's literally like you're playing. Yes, it looks like you're literally just playing a nice. It's got a nice screen as well. It's an LCD screen, but like, it's just sheer amazing. If you got $600 to spare like that, and you can throw it out there, but it's just something that I don't know if I would buy, because I already have PlayStation 2s. I got my CRT TVs, like we talked about, earlier we were talking about that stuff, but I think this is a dope thing. And there's a lot of things on Etsy sometimes that are great price, and there's a lot of things like this. I think it's just overpriced.
Mm-hmm.
They need to maybe drop that price down, maybe
half
$300. Yeah, half that, because it's just way too much money for what it does. I think it's an amazing product. I think it's really cool to play. All the games built in and all the stuff that you're going to play on it, great. But $600 price tag in this day and age, it's just too much. Just too
Essentially, what we
much.
got the seller looking at is they're banking on Dogecoin to the moon. Is that what's happening here?
Apparently, yeah.
Because nobody's gonna have
Apparently.
$600 for this.
I mean, you could pick your own colors. You can do all, you could pick your own style. You could pick your stuff and everything. I get it, but $600 is just, unless they're putting some, I don't know, it's like laced with all the material in there is gold. I don't know what's in there, but
Is it like the gold switch where it's actual gold?
yeah, like that. It's just ridiculous to price something like that. I think so. I don't know. But also moving on, we have now Need for Speed games. They tend to, when they don't get played for a while, especially like on PC, the PC versions and some other versions, that the servers get shut down. That happens with tons of games. Well, they got a lot of people that really like playing Need for Speed, and it's been announced that via Reddit that a lot of the Need for Speed games are getting erased, and the ones that are being announced are Need for Speed Carbon, Need for Speed Undercover, Need for Speed Shift and Shift 2, and Unleashed, and Need for Speed The Run will be retired, meaning like there's not enough people on the servers to maintain even having servers, so they just shut them down. The good part about this is there's been some sites that take over games like this, like popular games like Need for Speed. Like I believe Hot Pursuit and some other games for Need for Speed have been taken over. They will release source code like for things like that, and they're able to recreate servers and people are able to play on them. So hopefully that happens again, and EA will release all that stuff, and you'll be able to once again go to these sites and be able to play those games and enjoy yourself on them. Because a lot of people, when this tends to happen, people freak out and then they want to play them more, and they try to get the game going again to hopefully they can rejuvenate the servers and maybe say, oh, wait a minute, maybe we should keep them running. It's happened before in other games, so hopefully maybe that can happen. If not, hopefully they can be able to recreate those servers and be able to still run those games.
So let me ask you a question, Tom. So if I'm EA, do I really want to shut down the servers, or am I putting out a big story like this to get people reinvigorated back in the game? Is it chess or is it checkers? Tell me what you think.
It could be that, but most likely it's just a lot of people aren't on there, so they don't want to pay for running any servers when there's not enough people to play on those servers that they're paying a lot of money for, because EA's cheap.
Yeah, well, they're not. Their pockets aren't empty or cheap.
No, they're not, but they're cheap when it comes to that stuff. If we're not playing our game, then I'll just shut it down then.
Jerks.
Yeah.
Write your congressman.
They're taking Need for Speed down.
Right? We got to do something. We got to do something.
Yeah. But let's go on to some tech talk. So you guys know it's really hard to get your graphics cards. We talked about it on, I think, last week's show or the week before.
Yep.
We talked about the RTX thing, and we've been talking about it for forever. It's just hard to get your hands on a graphics card. Well, lo and behold, NVIDIA announces there's another card coming out. And I mean, everybody knew it. The 3080 Ti and the 37 Ti graphics card were announced. And NVIDIA's continued to expand the second generation of its RTX 30 series GPUs with the GeForce RTX 3080 Ti and RTX 3070 Ti, which will both be released in June, sometime in June, I guess. The company announced Tuesday during its Computex 2021 presentation. The RTX 3080 Ti, which NVIDIA described as its announcement, as its new gaming flagship, will be released worldwide on Thursday, June 3rd, which was yesterday.
Yeah.
For $1,199. The low price of. So that means it's like $2,000 already, whoever grabbed it.
Yes.
That's the same price as the RTX 2080 Ti, the highest end GPU in NVIDIA's initial line of graphics card capable of real-time ray tracing, which debuted in September 2018. It's also $300 lower than the cost of the massive RTX 3090. So, in terms of raw hardware specifications, the RTX 30 Ti features 12 gigabytes of GDDR6X video memory, an extra 2 gigabytes over last fall's RTX 3080,
More than mine.
Which launched at $699. Or if you're paying $1,500 for it, if you're a scalper, basically. But the reason that the RTX 3080 Ti is priced much closer to the RTX 3090 than the RTX 3080s, that its specs are much closer to that of the 3090 on paper, aside from having half the VRAM. The RTX 3080 Ti will deliver 50% improvement in performance over the RTX 2080 Ti at 4K resolution, according to NVIDIA's benchmarks. Gamers upgrading from the GTX 1080 Ti, which launched in March 2017, will get a card that is 2 times faster in traditional rasterization and much faster with ray tracing and other cutting-edge gaming features enabled, NVIDIA said in its news release.
These
So
guys
basically,
keep pumping up stuff.
you're getting a super powered card in the 3080 Ti, and when the 3090 comes out, that thing is going to be even more amazing.
I was
And we're not
debating
going to be able to
between
use it.
when I got my when I built a PC through Dell this winter, so I could have two good PCs for a dual PC setup. Right, I was debating between the 70, the 80, and the 90. And the 80 is the gaming card, right? The 90 is more for label intensive stuff like video editing, stuff like that. If you do a lot of that, great card for it. But just to see the price tags again here, it's very expensive. I get that it's awesome tech, but man, the prices, and I'm seeing this and I'm thinking about the prices that will actually be, because of the scalpers out there buying these suckers up that waited in line at stores and bought them online and stuff. They're going to sell them for twice that, like you said. So
yeah, I got lucky with mine. When I got my PC, I got it before the craze happened. And a lot of people were telling me, wait, don't buy the, because I have a 2080 Super.
yeah,
And they were saying, wait, don't wait for the 3080. Just get the 3080. It's going to be better anyways. Me being me, I was like, there's no way I'm going to get this card. It's going to be sold out because people are going crazy right now. I've been in the game. I see everybody buying everything. The PS5s, when everything goes,
yeah.
and they just sell them for higher price. So I was like, nope, I'm just gonna get it now. I got it for cheap, and then the 2080s went up because the 3080s were gone. So people wanted the 2080s, but I had mine, and I paid normal price for mine.
Because the 2080 is a hoss. I mean, it's
It's a
still
good card.
overkill for a lot of folks.
Yeah.
It's a hoss. I've got that in my second generation computer here, the 2080 Ti, and that thing I don't use all of it. Let's just put it that way. It's overkill. But yeah, it's so expensive for this technology, though. As they continue to make little tweaks, and they know a year later they're gonna launch these, right? They're gonna put them out a little bit of price tags again and start the machine over. That's business, though, and that's the way it works. I can complain as a consumer, but it is what it is. You got to just be responsible and buying what's right for you and your needs, right? And so be it. Going on to some even crazier technology news, right? This is far more technologically advanced than anything we just talked about. You guys know that CRT TVs are actually making a comeback thanks to retro gaming. eBay listings are ballooning. Some sets going over $4,000 for a CRT TV. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen one, if you're a little younger and you're not a boomer like we are, and you never seen a TV that it takes 2 people to carry the freaking thing, it's so big and heavy. I used to have a 32-inch Sony Vega. That thing was like 400 or 500 pounds. It was a 2-person lift. I don't care what kind of He-Man you are. It was so girthy and so heavy. It's like they sacked freaking lead in the dang thing. Very heavy. Making a big comeback. As you guys know, playing a Super Nintendo, playing an NES, playing some of these old retro consoles on one of these new HD TVs, they may have the hookups. You may be able to convert it to HDMI. You can play them on them, right? It'll work, but it won't look as good as a CRT TV. And I realize that this is the personal story to me, because a couple weeks ago I started digging out some of my retro stuff, right? Got cleaned out I found a Super Nintendo, a PS2, original Xbox. I posted the Halo song, right, in the Discord a week or so ago, just for some nostalgia. And it turns out your grandma's tube TV is the hottest gaming tech out there right now. Lot of demand. Recent article talking about that. Sets going as high as $4,000 for a CRT TV. It's funny because this is written here. it's still possible for you to go out there and find that, really aged Magnavox in your neighbor's yard sale. But the quality TVs, it's picking up. People know about them. They're looking for them, right? Just like
Yeah.
Tony, I'm sure when you go out in your garage sale and you've got folks
Yeah.
you got competition, you got people out there going to buy any
Yeah.
trading cards, any games. Hey, if you've got it, I'll buy the whole thing. I'll give you $50, whatever, right? You can come in and
And there's
swiping the
people
stuff
that
out.
buy those too. There's people that go out looking for the CRT TVs and meet like because they know they can sell them.
I was lucky enough. I'm at church Sunday, right? My father-in-law is there. And I asked him a question because, he tends to hold on to stuff. I was like, Dad, you don't actually have an old tube TV, like a CRT TV sitting around somewhere in the basement or something, do you? Sure do. I got 2 of them. Got a 25-inch Magnavox from him. Cleaned it up. It's perfect. Even has a remote control,
Wow.
which were not always common in those days. Kind of a luxury just to have a remote control for it. I got SimCity, my first game for my Super Nintendo, popped it all on. Looks gravy on this thing sitting over here versus my HD screen that I use, with streaming setups. So
It's meant to be on those TVs.
it is. It's really
There's a reason why those TVs and those consoles were made. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I have 4 CRTs and I have 2 HD not HD, 2 Sony PVMs.
Okay.
So they're like the upgraded that what I'm guessing is the $4,000 CRT is probably a PVM.
Yeah.
And those are those really high-end RGB SCART cable using things that you can really make the graphics of retro consoles look amazing. But I hold on to CRTs, so I love them. So one side of my room has 2 right there. I have a Sony and a Toshiba, and their connections are perfect for what I have over there, and the games look great on them.
15 years ago, before I was married, I was still, moving. Me and my buddy would move once a year. We'd sign a new lease at a different place. We're young; it's not a big deal to move. Like we just do it. We get around to different places, and I left a 32-inch Sony Vega at my sister's house because I didn't want to carry the dang thing out of there.
It's heavy.
Stubbing my toe big time now because it had the custom stand and everything. I used to be in wireless sales, so I actually won this through a Sony Ericsson wireless selling contest that I had. This thing was free. Paid nothing for it. And the custom stand that sat with it, left it in my sister's house. She left it there too when she sold the house to the next person. I'm like,
Wow.
no.
Yeah, those TVs are worth so much money now. Like especially the Sonys.
Mhm.
Sonys are worth they're just really good brand of TV back then.
The quality
Like they were just so nice, and it was more or less their hookups. Like they had a lot of S video and component hookups, so like you can, hook up your PlayStation 2 via component wires, the GameCube via the component wires, and things like that. And their resolution was just so much better on those TVs, especially the PVMs. But yeah, it's I don't know if you can even you can't even see it behind me, but it's literally right behind my shoulder here. But one of my PVMs. But yeah, it's
the tech cycle was going to go up from talking about 3080 Ti's to CRT TVs. Depending on what you're playing for gaming, it actually is breaking tech. So good stuff.
Yeah, very good stuff. All right, let's talk about some game deals. There's a few game deals this week. First one is a game called Tell Me Why. Now, June is Pride Month, and Don't Nod Entertainment is offering Tell Me Why for free through the whole month of June for Windows 10, Steam, and Xbox consoles. So basically, if you grab the game, I think it's chapters 1 through 3, because I actually grabbed the game, and it's chapters 1 through 3, and it's free. So once you download the game, once you have it and you claim it, it's yours forever. It's yours free, not just for the month, but it's available for this month for free, but you get to keep it. The game is basically a episodic adventure game. It's about twins Tyler and Allison Ronan, who return to their childhood hometown Alaska after the death of their estranged mother. It's a story about siblinghood and trauma mixed in with a bit of magical license. The twins can communicate with each other telepathically and view visions to the past. Tyler is a trans man, which leads to many awkward and exhausting conversations when he returns to Delos Crossing. The game also features Tinglet and Filipino characters, 2 other groups which are often overlooked in American media. In fact, Filipino Alaskans are the largest immigrant community in the state and have a history in Alaska that stretches back to the 1700s. So
Wow.
just basically, it's Pride Month, and obviously one of the characters is trans, so that's why they're giving away the game for free to try out. And I checked out a little bit of gameplay. I checked out a little bit of it on YouTube, and it looks interesting. So I downloaded it because it's free, and I might try it in the future just to see how it is. But you never know. It's just really cool to get free games. Always cool to get free games.
You bet.
Yeah. And number 2, for free games, or not free games, but if you own a PlayStation Now subscription, there's PS Plus and there's PlayStation Now. PlayStation Now is basically like Xbox Game Pass. They have just all this, bunch of Sony games are always added here and there from there. The Witcher 3 comes to PlayStation Now, and it's The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, and it's the Game of the Year edition, which includes all the available DLC, along with post-launch enhancements and expansions included with your monthly membership consists of Hearts of Stone and Blood and Wine, 2 massive updates that delve deeper into the story of Geralt and take you on a new adventure across the continent. So, The Witcher 3. I have not played that yet. So that is a game I own actually for the PlayStation 4. And I still have not yet touched that game. I need to get on that game. I still haven't beat The Witcher 2 though, so I was kind of waiting to do that before I got to The Witcher 3. But
let's be honest,
I have
between you and Play Beat Delete, you guys have so many games that you haven't
unbelievable.
touched. It would be
unbelievable
if you guys just went and compare with each other, game for game that you haven't played that are still on your to play list. I bet we can make an hour show out of you guys going back and forth.
I am never in my lifetime gonna complete all the games I own. It's just never gonna happen. So, yeah. Well, the last one, Steam. Everybody knows. I always say it every week. Pay attention to Steam, especially coming up. It's almost time for summer sale. I don't even know. Right now, it could be happening. You never know. They just launch it. Well, we were just talking about Battlefield. How Battlefield 6 is set to reveal June 9th. So lo and behold, guess what's available? Battlefield franchise is on sale until June 14th. So you can get Battlefield 5 for 67% off. Don't buy it.
Don't get that one. Don't get that one.
Battlefield 1 is 75% off. Buy that one. That is a really good game. Battlefield Hardline was a very exciting game. 75% off. Battlefield 4, 75% off. Battlefield 3, 75% off. And Battlefield Bad Company 2, 75% off. Now, just to let you know, Battlefield Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3, and Battlefield 4 campaigns, amazing. If you want a good campaign story, get those 3 games and play them out. They're amazing. Especially if you want a funny comedic one, Battlefield Bad Company 2 is pretty awesome.
Okay.
Definitely highly recommend those 2.
So, as someone who's never played a Battlefield game, and it's interesting because this trailer is going to come out, right? It's probably going to set me on fire. So later this fall when it comes out, whenever, I'm going to probably want to get into Battlefield 6, along with a new COD coming out, a new Assassin's Creed, all that stuff, right? Breath of the Wild 2 maybe coming out. I'm going to have all these games on my plate. Which one of these should I go out there and try out, Optimus, if I want to get a good feel for the Battlefield universe? Obviously, 5's out. We know that. But of the remaining titles, which one should I get if I'm just going to get one?
4.
4? Okay.
Yeah. If you want to try one, try 4 because
$10.
That's more like more modern. And it's also got team deathmatch in it, and it's got some good things to play. Get you warmed up in the mechanics.
Sure.
And it's got a good campaign, so I would definitely recommend 4. Now, if you want intensity and some really really good fun, Battlefield Hardline was fun, but it's more driving to capture points, like you're driving around in cars and stuff like that. But it is so fun. That game was so cool.
Sounds like 4 it is. I guess I'll have to get that this weekend while it's still on sale.
Yeah.
All right. Well, ready to close up, and it's just about time to raid. Optimus, plug away, man. What are you gonna be doing this week? What can we look for from you, sir?
I've dabbled also in YouTube Shorts and the TikToks as of late. I'm uploading a lot of our content on here. I'm trying to get the people knowing what's going on here. So I've been doing that stuff. Uploading a little bit of stuff like that here and there. I'm going to be doing some other YouTube shorts, things like that. Maybe my bad Apex gameplay so that people do the opposite You know,
Highly
I might even
recommended.
call it do the opposite. You know, you never know. But if you want me, just search me out. Search Optimus Magnum anywhere. Instagram, TikTok, uh, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, anywhere you want to find me. Search Optimus Magnum, one word, Optimus Magnum, and you will find me. You shall find me. Instagram, especially. If you like to see pictures of retro things, check out my Instagram. I post pictures on there all the time of things I pick up or things that I have or things that I like, just showcasing and stuff like that. I'm really big into retro nostalgia. I love the 80s and 90s. I am that kind of person. And, grabbing and finding things like that just bring me back to memory. My kid this week started watching Thundercats. That made my heart melt. He wants to watch Transformers and Thundercats. And I literally went out and bought the complete seasons of both because I was so happy that he told me he wanted to watch that. So
great video. He was so locked in that video, and I know you
dude,
comment.
He was like focused, man.
But I was like, oh, my boy. It's not even my boy. But I was like, yes, you don't even know what you're getting ready to get into, bro.
Inside, there was a guy standing on a mountaintop with a guitar playing, and there was lightning shooting from the top of his head. And I was just like, I was so excited for him and for me. It's proud dad moment. Yep.
I guess for me, the producer will put my website in there. You can find anything Gotti from the website there. Check out my shorts. If you haven't yet, visit my YouTube channel. I think that's the biggest thing I'm focused on right now. Obviously, we're streaming Apex. We're doing some Assassin's Creed and Cold War, just like we do every week. But check out the shorts. They've been popping. Like I said, like 8,700 views from 5 of them. Highly recommend you guys get into that. Figure it out. If you want some tips or tricks from me, just holler. I'll tell you where I've already stubbed my toe or whatnot and figured some things out. But definitely holler. I'm definitely open to helping out with that as well. Thanks to Coffee Break for being here tonight. Coffee,
Yes,
I think you're
thank you.
probably still in the chat. Great stuff, right? Learned a lot about coffee tonight. Not literally coffee, but Coffee Break. And it sounds like we've got somebody to teach us the whiskey and bourbon world just a little bit too. And just make sure you go visit the Gamer Showcase, right? He's in there for a reason. Go give him the love. Go interact with him, right? Great guy, great stand-up guy to interact with, and always willing to partake in civil conversation for sure. So if you got a question for him, you want to talk about something with him, hit it up in the Gamer Showcase, right there in the Good Game Report Discord. Producer, are we gonna see your face again this week?
Yeah,
hopefully
she
with
will.
audio. Let's see the producer. Thanks to the producer, this guy right here. Hashtag blame Peter. You can
Always.
blame Peter in a good way. Blame Peter because Peter does a great job of making this show effortless for Optimus and I to run, right? All we got to do is be a talking head here on the screen with you guys, right?
Yep.
This guy's back there pushing all the buttons. He's getting everything on the screen. So you had the best viewing experience. He's in our ear talking to us if we need something, right? He's truly the glue that holds this thing together. Peter, what do you got for plugs for yourself this week, buddy?
First off, you don't need to lie to them. Anyway, if anyone wants to check me out, I don't really stream as much anymore, but you can check me out at peterbyte__. Sometimes you can catch me late nights on weekends playing. Other than that, catch me on the Good Game Report channel. Mostly my specialties is with tech stuff, so if you have any questions with streams and all that, that's just reach out to me. I help out anyone that reaches out to me, so.
Peter, I got a question for you.
I can't
Max
answer, sorry.
Payne on Monday.
Yes.
Who's going to be the winner? Are you taking Matt down again? I want to know. I want to hear it here first. Call your shot on the part of the news right now. Who's going to win?
I don't know. So this is spreading into my territory of games that I'm more comfortable playing and I actually usually do well with. So I want to say me because it's going into my territory. But
okay, you heard it here. Peter Byte formally announced. It's going to be him.
Are you willing to bet your shirt on it?
Ooh.
I told you guys last week I like to be a tease. I can't do that. That'd be too easy. That'd be too easy.
Man. Goodness.
Are you willing to bet a shot on your next stream?
Oh, man.
Good stuff. Well, folks, we're going to wrap up this show tonight. Thanks for being here for After Dark. Let us know how you liked it. Obviously, we're a Saturday morning show, and then our biggest following probably comes on YouTube throughout the week, as people have lives. You can't make all the live shows. I get it, but make sure you check out the YouTube and the podcast as well. You can download it wherever podcasts work out for you, and you can just listen while you're out in the run or whatnot. It's a great listen, so please do that. We're gonna be rating Toodles. Toodles is live. Toodles is doing something with Legos tonight. Is that right, Pete?
Yep, he's doing a Lego stream.
Doing a Lego stream, so different kind of stream. Let's go and show Toodles that GGR love, baby. It's weekend vibe time.
Yeah, show some love.
Appreciate you guys. Have a great week. We'll be back next week in some way, shape, or form. Still working some details as we have some things going on next Saturday as well. But we'll make sure you get the content, and episode 9 will be out next week. Thanks, everybody.